I got the chance to interview the solo developer of Guinea Pig Gunners, which is one of the great demos available on Steam this month as part of Next Fest. Me and Glowmatic sat down, played the game together, and chatted about the design process. Stick around to discover this cool game and learn some of the behind the scenes before it launches. This is part one of a continuous series, so I want to thank Glowmatic for taking the time to be the first brave developer to come onto the show. You'll unfortunately notice that the production quality isn't quite where I want it to be. I'll be very open and transparent about that. Episode 2 is going to look a whole lot better. Regardless, it was still a great conversation and a lot of fun to play, so please enjoy the video. I'm going to be playing the game as per normal. We're going to stop every once in a while to ask some more structured questions. Feel free to stop me whenever you'd like if there's something, a really interesting tidbit that you can give or some additional context, maybe a cool development story, a certain enemy that was particularly challenging to develop, or just whatever you want to throw out there and nerd about. Feel free to stop me whenever. Immediately we are vortexed in. Okay, so we can move directionally or with the left stick. Not enough aura. I don't have enough aura. So immediately, I mean, for a platforming game, with how dependent all of the level design is on the variables of this jumping mechanic, it seems simple on the surface, but I'm sure a lot of thought probably went into this. How long did it take to really get the movement right?
It's been a continual process since the game started. From very early on, I had both keyboard and mouse and controller support. I wanted to treat both input methods as first class because I like one of the things that I hate, like just getting into games when they recommend like one input device over the other. And of course, like some games are just naturally suited to one over the other. But you know, to me, like it just seems like due diligence to make sure that your game is as accessible as possible to whatever audience might want to be playing it.
Before I actually move forward with the game, I want to start with a really fun question here to get us into it, which is, what are your actual favorite games of all time? Doesn't have to be a particular order, maybe top 3, top 5. What are your favorite games? What's influenced you the most for this title?
Okay, favorite games of all time. Sonic in general, specifically Sonic 3. Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That's just like a masterpiece of a platformer. Half-Life 2, Doom, Halo. Those would be my those would be like my top 4-ish.
So I'm immediately noticing you have the Sonic elements for the platforming, then you have a lot of shooters in there, the Doom, the sort of, you know, boomer shooter, hectic action. So you essentially have combined those elements together here.
Yeah, there's an old game called Abuse that came out like back in the mid to late 90s. Was a lot like this game. It's a platformer with like kind of 360 degree shooting and, you know, like everything that you're going to see in the game. But it's more of a like H.R. Giger style, like grimdark kind of aesthetic. And so Guinea Pig Gunner is like kind of the bright, colorful, cartoony version of that game to some degree. There are a lot of differences, but yeah, that was like a core inspiration that I started with.
Oh, I can... Oh, L2 to teleport. I see. Okay.
Am I allowed to give you hints during this, or you can aim your weapon with right stick?
Oh, yes. Okay, well, while we're on the topic of that, I know you've done playtesting before. What are some things that were surprising to you through playtesting? Maybe something that you didn't expect the players to do? I know it's very difficult to try and theory craft out what a player is going to do. It's hard to kind of predict them. So what are maybe some interesting cases that you've seen? Maybe mine as well being one of them.
Just little things that I have like assumptions on that people don't pick up on immediately, or you know, it takes a bit longer than I think it would to pick up on it. Trying to answer the question in a way that's not spoilery.
My excuse is that we're doing an interview format. Okay, guys, I would have read it a little more thoroughly had we not been discussing things. I love the teleport mechanic here, how you can actually see physically exactly where you're going to land. Allows for some puzzling here, as I see now, and now I know to aim to fire it up there.
That was actually inspired by Unreal Tournament. It got like a kind of a teleporter gun. So that's kind of where it came from. As I mentioned, I'm a big fan of Half-Life. Half-Life 2, it had the gravity gun, and Portal has the portal gun. So like something that added like kind of a puzzle mechanic to an action game. I wanted to have that in this game as well. And the teleporter gun just seemed like a natural fit for it.
I think particularly effective because not only is it used for puzzling, but can also double down as something to help you escape in a combat situation. Like it has sort of those multiple functionalities, which is one of my personal favorite things in a game. Jump under for hints. Oh, okay, little Mario style. Enemies can't hurt you while you're dashing. This is useful during combat. You said, yep, is this just a little Mario nod here with the...
Good artist copy, great artist still, you know.
And then this is a health pack. I know you mentioned Half-Life, so I won't even ask.
All my influences on my sleeve, I guess.
I mean, yeah, no problem. You combine a lot of great influences from great places and you have an entirely new product. What do we have in store now? Ow, well, you taught me that at a good time, and now I need to use it. Oh, yes, I've just picked this up. So this is going to fire for me, I suppose. Well, let's see that in action. Clearly, I haven't been very effective on my own, so I need a friend to help me. There we go. Now I can focus on defending myself. Let this guy take out the damage. Does he do less damage than I do?
He does the same amount of damage. He takes a lot less damage than you, as you've just seen.
Your background, you told me off stream, started with a technology background, and then you transferred into solo game development. So I'd love if you could describe to us a little bit more about what that process was like and why converting into game development.
I started coding when I was in middle school. I've always loved games. My earliest memory as a human being was like playing a video game. It's always been something that I've been passionate about. I learned how to code so I can make games. When I started my career, that's when mobile was just like really blowing up, like the whole iPhone thing. I got hired at Apple. I worked there for a few years. Worked at Twitter, Google, most recently Meta, and most of my career has just been making like iOS apps. I did like a weird detour where like I worked on Android, but that's been most of my career. Just most recently, I am one of the many people that have been, like caught in the Meta layoffs. So, I just kind of self-reflected, and I'm like, I don't want to do more tech stuff. I'm passionate about games. Like this is what I want to do. This is what fascinates me. After Meta, I just decided to go all in on making games.
And this was the result so far. I would say worth it. Try yeeting a grenade into that group of enemies below. I will. Yes, I did collect this while you were talking. I got the grenade now. And I can switch pretty seamlessly. I love the weapon wheel here. It's revealing to me there's, 8 potential weapons. Wow, that is a lot of great variety there. Was that an important point for you, was to have a lot of variety in terms of player expression?
Yeah, 100%. They're all different in subtle ways. I've heard complaints that they overlap a little bit too much, and I think that that's okay. I think that it's okay to have your favorite weapon in a game.
Yeah.
Like, I understand, like, during the reign of Doom 2016, they noticed that people just, like, stuck to their favorites. But I think that's okay. Like, however you enjoy playing the game, like, as long as you're enjoying it.
I mean, providing more variety to the player just means a higher likelihood that they do find that weapon that they really enjoy. I mean, in terms of the weapons being a little bit similar, I think that's a good balance of like a little bit of familiarity, so you know how to use every weapon, like they're not too foreign from each other, but there's also enough different sort of expression and possibility in each one. So far we have the standard shoot and the standard grenade. I'm looking forward to seeing what else we managed to get to here. Not very good at aiming. I've never been, I'm not doing your gameplay justice because I'm terrible at firing in games. Can I maybe, oh, I can teleport. There we go. You're not God of Waring me, you're giving me a chance to figure it out. Appreciated.
Exactly.
Can you see anything from that block about freezing the geyser under the wheel? Hey, looks like you stopped the water flow in that trough.
Is that an important point for you to not have too much hand-holding or tutorialization? Because I know there's a lot of modern games do go for that angle.
Yeah. In a way, it makes sense because we're not in the era of instruction manuals anymore. Like, people say like, oh, back in the day, like there were no tutorials, there was no yellow paint. It's like, yeah, well, because every game came with a booklet back then, and the localization for a tutorial was like, expensive for like an old system. But I wanted to like strike the balance of like, okay, I'm giving you enough to where you can like figure out the sandbox, and but not too much that you just don't engage with it whatsoever.
I know what I have to do. I was taught the mechanic just a moment ago. Get up there. I think it's through. Nice. There's a big group of enemies ahead. Try using Fire Squeak. Well, I haven't fully charged it, but I'll try. To light them all on fire. They can still hurt you while they're on fire, so be sure to avoid touching them. Did you add that because players didn't know that in the playtesting?
Yeah. Either they didn't know or like they just have terrible reflexes. I wasn't sure, but yeah.
Spare yourselves of our wrath, or face an inescapable wave of destruction, the likes of which your pathetic realm has never seen. I think I'll do just fine. I'll take my chances. Oh, it is complete chaos. Uh-oh. Oh, wow, he's too scared to fight me, huh?
This gave you a little taste, a little warm up.
Making me want to fight him. The idea for this game, I know you kind of blended together a lot of your influences in terms of some of your favorite games. What was the actual idea which kickstarted the project itself? Like, was it a movement mechanic? Was it the story? Was it the location? Like, what actually kickstarted the idea into what it is today?
I've wanted to make a game of this style for a while, and I've made several prototypes with similar mechanics. I actually released a game on iOS called Shockbot that's kind of a more like traditional Sega Genesis style run and gun. And I made a couple of prototypes. One was called Manic, and it was just like it had like a similar weapon spread as this one. And that was just like kind of to test out like some of the movement and shooting mechanics in this one. That was back in 2023. That was a while ago. There was another prototype that I made called Gary Grenades, which I love alliterations, if you can tell. It's and it was this game, except you had nothing but grenades. You had the traditional grenade which you have in this game, and you also had like a Halo style sticky grenade.
Okay.
And you also had like an interesting. It was like a jump shield mechanic. So it's similar to what's in Sonic 3, where like Sonic can be like invincible for a split second. And you were able to use that to grenade jump and like do some platforming tricks by using like the momentum of splash damage. So that ultimately didn't make it into this game, but like it was a few experimental projects that they kind of culminated into this one.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the Sonic inspiration is the classic Sonic games are like they're very classic shonen. Like there's like high stakes. There's like a huge like emotional component to it. Like Sonic had a nice balance of not taking itself too seriously, but still like having like a weight to the story. And I wanted to recreate that a bit because I felt like especially like 2010 Sonic was they were like self-deprecating to a pretty aggressive degree. And I kind of miss like the old like Sonic comics and all that where you just feel like these are characters with depth and with real stakes and all that, but it's still like kind of fun and goofy, and I got the cyborg guinea pig and the lizard people and all that. So
Yeah. Fight this guy here very methodically, and he's just dropped something. A flamethrower canister. Is it going to be effective against robots? Oh, it is. Okay, cool.
it's effective, all right.
Okay. Oh, well, we're gonna find out. Okay. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty effective. I'm out of ammo, though. I guess I should have conserved it a little better. I don't think I actually used the scatter shot yet. I remember picking it up, and then I think we got a little distracted. Oh, look at that. If you know how to aim, it's pretty effective. There we go.
It's a fan favorite.
Yeah, so far I'm liking it. Love the range that it provides here. Oh, this guy is quick. Okay. Oh, rocket ammo. Wow, we're getting all the weapons here in the demo. I thought we'd have to wait for some of them. We know where the project idea, where the start came from. But I know a lot of solo indie developers, because they aren't necessarily reliant on someone else, like they're not as part of a team. It's a solo project. That means a lot of damn work, a lot of damn time. It's hard to maintain the motivation to keep going. A lot of developers, they work on it, and they say, oh, it's too hard, or there's too much to do, or there's other things going on. They drop the game. So what about this game gave you the motivation to keep developing it through all of the turbulent times I'm sure you faced?
It's fun. I like playing it. Like I like it myself. That's been a good motivator. Playtesters have enjoyed it. They've been kind of invested in what I've put together. There's like a broader story that I want to tell. That's probably going to be over the course of several games. So this is just kind of there's a broader vision to just kind of all of this. There's a big John Watson world domination plan that starts with Guinea Pig Gunner. I've kind of made this my personality to a degree.
That's okay. Yeah.
And just like pure force of will, stubbornness. I've always been a person that setting my mind to things and accomplishing them. So this is just another kind of manifestation of that, I guess.
Well, you mentioned how fun the game is for you, and I'm sure you've done a lot of your own play testing, but what is your favorite aspect of the game? And then also, assuming it's not too spoiler territory, what's something maybe that you struggle with yourself a lot when you play the game? Like maybe a difficult enemy or something?
This is kind of abstract, but just like every time I get to discover something new, like there's a boss fight at the end of this one, and like I've done like just repeated amounts of tuning on it. Recently I discovered like a new kind of tactic for beating the boss. It's fun when you like put together a system and your own system surprises you in some way that you weren't anticipating.
I think that's the best sign of a system that's working. I do like this gun. I agree with the common folk. The scatter shot I think is my favorite weapon to use so far. Did I pass by it a second time?
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man, I'm really taking a beating. And I think you mentioned it earlier, it is somewhat punishing as well. No, I can appreciate the challenge. I do like the challenge. Just because I'm not good at it doesn't mean that I don't like the challenge. Am I doing worse or better than some of the other players maybe?
I would say a solid average.
Okay.
Not the worst, not the best either.
I'll take average. I'll take average. Aha! I'm gonna do it. There we go.
Now you just graduated to above average because not everybody gets that.
You know why I've gotten it? Because I play a lot of Metroids. Have I missed any secrets so far?
Yeah, not any egregious ones. But yeah, you missed some.
I don't believe you.
Reason to come back again.
Yeah, that is a good reason to replay. Miss all the find all the secrets that I missed. Even though I don't believe you, I think I got all of them. Don't fall. Thanks. Also, you can shoot while wall grabbing. Oh, I did not think to do that. What is an example of a feature or a system, a story element, something that got cut for some reason? Something that maybe didn't fit the scope, something that you maybe couldn't figure out how to implement. What is something that you had to cut that you would have liked to have seen here, maybe?
Most recently, I tried having Fire Squeak be something you could do to bosses, but I didn't have a great way to like make it. I didn't have a great way to make it work. Like,
Okay.
sometimes you build something and you think it's a cool idea, and then you actually try it, and you're like, that kind of just throws off the rhythm of everything else.
This is what I really like in games, are these little fun platforming sections. I think this is my personal favorite part so far. I love these types of platforming challenges. I can anticipate how they would get more challenging too as the game progresses.
Oh, there's a cool in like a future level. There's like a cool puzzle that relies like pretty heavily on exclusively using the teleporter to move.
Like you can't move your character at all. You can only use the teleport.
Yeah.
That does sound fun to me. That sounds like almost like a maze-like puzzle. I would definitely be curious to see that. In terms of having those levels later on, like that special level, how do you find the balance of introducing earlier elements and then gradually making the game harder? I feel like that's one of the more challenging aspects, is finding how you kind of build up that procedural balance. Is there maybe like a special technique or something that you use or something that you find works for developing that balance?
I actually took the John Romero approach, and I developed the first level last. That's like one of his like kind of canonical. John Romero's the designer of the original Doom games and Wolfenstein and Commander Keen and all those games. If you do it last, then like all the lessons that you learned from doing the other levels, like you can sort of add those into your tutorial and like your onboarding and like kind of getting people hooked on what the game is all about. I took a playtest to GDC like a few months ago, and it had a couple of mid-game levels, and I just kind of threw people into the deep end and said like, figure this out.
Yeah.
And I was like recording what was hard to them, what came easy to them, and that informed like kind of how I designed this level. There are a lot of blind jumps in some later levels, and so a lot of the tutorialization in this level is getting you comfortable with the idea that you could like make a blind jump, that you could recover from a blind jump if you like get into a weird situation. Because Gunner does move like in a very fluid way that I think a lot of people aren't used to for a run and gun like this. Like he's very light, he's very quick, like dash and teleport and double jump and all that stuff. It's a very mobile character. Getting grips on that gives the player a lot more confidence in like kind of approaching the world.
Yeah, I mean, for those of you who are watching, not playing, it does. I mean, you can get your hands on it yourself. The demo is available now on Steam, but it does feel very good, the movement, genuinely. Well, okay, let's move on here. Dr. Nobert is calling me from HQ, and it looks like they're deploying a powerful experimental hovercraft. They call it the Electro Mace. It's being driven by one of their ace pilots who goes by the name Sulkrank. The Electro Mace is equipped with a powerful directed energy shield that can block all projectiles. Okay, you might need to get clever with your teleporter in order to take it out. I like the sound of that. So I have to use my teleports in some kind of funky way. I'm thinking if I can bait his attack and get around him. There we go.
There you go.
Figured it out. I can also leave the teleport there, which is nice. And so I can kind of bait him this way and then use it. And I should actually pull out one of my more effective weapons for the boss. Let's get the rocket launcher. I do like using the rocket launcher. So I'll throw you over there. Hey, don't break it, meanie. Boom. Oh.
I like
Okay,
the
so what I've just done for everyone in chat is I've just killed myself. Splash damage. Doing a very slow number to this guy's health bar. I gotta get better at this.
you're doing better than a lot of people have.
Thanks, Glowmatic. That gives me
And
some
you can
validation.
apply it.
There we go. Actually, I wonder if I can use... I know he floats somewhat, but he kind of does collide into the ground a little bit. I'm curious if I can use the slime gun through his shield, I wonder. Let's try that out. No, it seems he deflects it. Well, it was worth a try. Well, okay. I think I actually haven't died to the boss. I think I'm my biggest enemy at the moment. Well, okay, as I'm trying to struggle on this boss, are there any questions in chat? Anything that anyone wants to ask? Chizzy asks, what's been the most rewarding part of building the game? That's a great question.
Seeing people play it, have fun, get it. Getting outside of my head. Like games are like pretty social. Like my whole journey as a computer programmer has been this. Kind of growing up as like this, weird like shut-in kid who was, only friends with his computer to, in my career I worked on like different social networks, and I got to like see like the impact that my work had on the way people interact with each other, and some good things, some bad things. But this has been like just pure joy. People play it, they have fun with it. You get validation that your design is working. Nice, you did it.
Speaking of joy,
Yeah, good job. But yeah, just seeing people like engage with it and get it, and yeah, that whole validation has been a lot of fun.
up ahead is a Terranublin invasion control tower. Destroy that, and the DDoE should be able to clean up and secure the city. When you destroy the tower, I'll open a portal to your next mission at Echo Mountain. There's an ancient technology there that should help us fend off the invaders. Highly classified, but extremely useful for occasions such as these. I'll brief you more upon arrival, Gunner. Norbert out. Well, we won't be arriving today, but if you do want to arrive, be sure to wishlist Guinea Pig Gunners on Steam. I'm going to post the link in the chats right now. Glowmatic, is there any other closing remarks? Anything that you'd like to say before we end off today?
I mean, thanks for playing. This has been a lot of fun. Some great questions. But
Yeah.
this has been a lot of fun. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a really fun first episode with Glowmatic. If you guys enjoyed and you want to see more developer commentary interviews like this in the future, be sure to subscribe down below. You can also join my Discord to be notified about any upcoming events so you can catch them live. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. The quality will be much improved starting from episode 2, I promise. I know it could have been a little bit better today, but we're getting things up and running here. But I'm really excited about the future of this series, and I hope that you are too. And of course, be sure to wishlist Guinea Pig Gunners now on Steam if you enjoyed what you saw.